Hey everyone, this is Matt with Revizto, and today I'd like to talk about a few ways to increase construction technology adoption for your entire team, with a primary focus on your field teams using the Revizto phone app. Approximately 75% of users on any given project team are those working in the field or installing the actual work, while the other 25% are those working in the office managing the design or the operations side. And that's typically the design team, your PMs, your VDC teams, your owner. So those working in the field are the end users, and they rely heavily on accurate and up-to-date information in order to perform their job effectively and really avoid any costly delays and rework. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get the most out of the Revizto phone app, and by getting access to the data you need to be able to track field issues within the issue tracker. Okay, so here we are on our phone. We'll go ahead and click on the Revizto site app. And you can see right here, it's going to pull up the main menu, the projects you've been invited to. So go ahead and click on this one. You can get an idea of how long this will take to load. It's really just looking for any changes or issues that it needs to download from the cloud. So you can see right here on the bottom ribbon, we have access to the main three modules that you would typically see in the Revisto's desktop application. So you got your issue tracker, which you're seeing right now, and then you got your 2D sheets, and then your 3D models. So first thing what we'll do is actually just load the models that we want to view. And you can see right here, you can see all the models that are available to load. We'll just go ahead and load the federated architectural with the design teams models in here. Get an idea of what that looks like. So these actually have been downloaded already, so it's loading very fast, but the first time initially has to pull that information from the cloud. So it might take a bit to load that, but once you got that open, you can see all the 3D models you want. Now, the first time you open up the app, it's actually going to walk you through a tutorial, kind of visually showing you all the button clicks of how to navigate. But yeah, you're just going to really just pinch to zoom. And it's very intuitive. You can just put one finger on the screen and rotate around that position and kind of pivot to rotate. Or you can put two fingers on your screen, and then what that's going to do is be more like a pan, up or down or left to right. And then you also have the joystick feature, which is really cool. You just do a long hold on the screen with one finger, and then you just kind of slowly push forward, and you can see how the joystick feature works. It's moving a little bit faster now. Okay, so let's go to some of the really cool features, which is I like to start with is viewpoints. And those viewpoints are really the preset views you might have set up based on what you want to show. But what this allows you to do is really quickly get to information very quickly without having to do a lot of button clicking. So these views have already been set up, but you can see how quickly I can adjust my view of that model. Let's say I just want to look at the structural steel and concrete, or if I want to look at steel or the structure and the MEP models, there we go. They're just preset there. So it's just very fast to navigate to and very easy. And this is very helpful for those who might not be as advanced in Revizto, but they need to get to the models that they need to see in order to make, decisions, let's say in the field. So by default, I usually just have all the models that I need on. So I'll go back and show you the home view there. So it's just going to turn back all the models. Now, another really cool feature is going to be really in the 2D sheets. The Revizto site app did a really good job actually bringing those modules together in a way that makes it super simple to see where you're at on a drawing, and then also identifying what you're looking at in 3D, all on the same screen. So we'll go ahead and just kind of show you what that might look like. I'll actually open up my filters here. So I already got some sheets set up, and I'm going to go ahead and look for a specific tag with my name. And I tag these sheets, so it's very easy to find those drawings. And let's go ahead and look at, let's say, the ground floor plan. So there's the drawing. It's pulling it up. And these are actually showing me all the issues on this sheet that actually were either created in 3D or on another sheet that happened to be related to the sheet in the XYZ location of where the pin was positioned when it was created. And I could just turn those off if I wanted to. Or if I want to see the markups on this particular sheet, I can just turn that on as well. But what you're going to see here is when I put a long hold, let's say anywhere on the sheet, so I'm just pushing down on that sheet, and you can see the menu of options right there. So based on that position, I can go and look at the 2D drawing and the 3D by just clicking on that, and it immediately put the 3D view of where my location was on 2D. And you can see as I move around, I'm just clicking on the plan. It's just going to teleport me to that location. Or if I want to actually do that joystick on the 3D that I was showing you earlier, you can kind of see that it's navigating on both the 3D and the 2D sheet with a kind of a, you can see here on the sheet where I'm actually looking. So very just intuitive, I guess, as far as trying to understand where I'm at on the drawing when I'm looking at a 3D view, because you can easily get lost in 3D. So the developers did a really good job just making it super simple to see where you're at in both 3D or 2D. I'll go ahead and actually click on 2D again, and I'll just do that long hold again. And you can also see I can create a stamp on the issue, or if I want to actually look at the drawing overlaid on top of the model, I just click on that scissor icon, and you can see right away it takes me to that view. And now I'm able to adjust my model with the floor plan set, as you can see here, which has all that text and detailed information that you might want to see on a 3D model, because not everyone needs to just see the geometry. They need to actually see the notes and annotations or dimensions on the sheets. So having this ability just makes it that much easier to see everything in context. So very powerful. You can see if I wanted to walk, it'll actually take me down to that view where I want to walk, and then I might want to look up. And let's say I want to turn off that section and just look at it in 3D. So it's basically using the preferences I have set up. So that one's a little fast, and I can adjust that under the preferences again by just going here to navigation, adjusting that down, let's say to 9. There we go. Maybe, yeah, so that's a little bit better. It's not so fast. And then you got other tools in 3D that we haven't really walked through, but the main one is obviously going to be most likely the dimensions. So you got your dimension tool. I like to use the laser ranger. That's that icon, the first one on the left here, and I'll just kind of put that on my ceiling there, and it's immediately going to shoot that laser and reflect it back to the opposing surface, and just really quickly give you that dimension there. Very cool feature there. You obviously have your point to point, your minimum distance. I also like this one a lot. This is your elevation marker. So any time you want to know what elevation of a surface is, let's say this slab elevation, you can quickly get to that. So very, very helpful there. One other, let's go ahead and get out of the ruler tool. Another really cool thing is anytime I'm in 3D and I might want to see a section, I'll just click on that surface. And you can see the list of options I have here. I can create an issue or place a stamp, let's say on that surface. But I love this section tool, so I'll click on that scissors tool, and there you go. Immediately it places the section right in 3D, and I can adjust that section immediately. So pretty powerful to be able to load this much information on a mobile device such as your phone, and just quickly navigate to a specific area. Let's say I want to place a stamp. And here's my list of available stamps here. So I'll go ahead and click on that. Let's say that mechanical. I noticed there's something wrong with that. So I'll go ahead and position that stamp there. We're done. Go ahead and kind of mark that up just test. Go ahead and hit OK. And I'll place an arrow on that, but you can kind of get an idea of how this might be used in the field. If you see an issue that you need them to fix, and translate this right back to the office. And I'll go to my chat and actually upload a photo, let's say, from that I found on the site. So I'll go ahead and go to my photo here. I'll go to my library. And yeah, I mean, you could just kind of get an idea of how this would work. Go ahead and upload that photo I just took on site, attach it, type a message. There you go. So now I'm building that chat history by documenting what I'm seeing in the field with the what I'm seeing in the model. So that way the trade detailer has an idea, or the consultant, let's say the mechanical design consultant, understands what I'm seeing, and they're able to see this in real time. And obviously they can always go back and edit this markup as needed. So very cool. They can communicate back and forth together in real time. And this is just some of the information that you'll see on a typical issue. So you got your stamp. You can change that title, change the status. Let's say it's in progress. I could reassign this as needed. Let's say Alex is now the assignee. Change it from major to critical. Set a deadline. Let's say it's due in a week. Actually, that would be this Friday right here. Go ahead and say done. And yes, you can also add tags. Those are very powerful ways to filter data. And then down here, you can see here's all the metadata that's coming along with that issue. So it knows what room it is, what grid line intersection, what level, and then zones, which make it very powerful to filter that. And I'll show you an example of how that would look. So here I am in my issue tracker. And you can see here on that funnel, you can see all the filter presets I have on this project, but you can obviously add any ones that you want. Well, this is a great way to kind of organize all the issues, because you might end up having thousands of issues, but I want to see just all the mechanical constructability issues on a project. So that might look kind of like that. Let's actually look at this one. So that one actually shows a duct conflict with steel. And anytime I click on that issue, I can always go to that issue in 3D, and immediately it pulls it up right in 3D. So I might be able to see visually what's going on there a little bit better. Or obviously go to 2D and see what's going on there. This might show me actually where that issue is, because that's really in 3D, but I might not know exactly where that is. So I'll look for a sheet and see where that is in 2D as well. So you can see the dynamic capabilities. There it is right there. Between our 2D and 3D platform, our modules. And as I zoom in close, you can see there's the issue. It's actually blinking. So there it is. So now it very easily helps me understand, okay, there's the issue in 3D, but I also know where I'm at in 2D. And then if I want to always go back and edit that markup and communicate further, I always can. So super powerful. And yeah, I wanted to show you guys all these features, because this is all being done on the phone. So I think a lot of people are used to the desktop, but actually most users are actually going to be in the field. So everyone has access to the phone. So there's really no reason why people couldn't be able to access this information. Okay, so some of the other cool things I wanted to show, I'm back in my home view in 3D. I'm going to click on these 3 dots up here, as you can see here, and I can actually apply any appearance profile I've set up. I can obviously load and unload models like we showed earlier, and then the viewpoints that I had set up, you can go to any of those. But what's really cool is these appearance profiles you might have set up. And so there might be a bunch, and those are all for very specific purposes. But this one, as an example, might be I want to see all the mechanical duct systems by color. So I'll just go ahead and apply that appearance profile. Click on that. And you can see immediately it's going to run that appearance profile. And I might want to go ahead and understand, what's going on a specific level. So I'll go ahead and turn on my section, zoom in there. I'll pull that section down. I kind of want to know I'm on level 4. You can see up here at the top, it's telling you what level you're on. And then I'll go ahead and just click on that duct. Again, there you go. And then right here in the middle icon, you can see there's the properties. I can create a stamp or an issue, but I want to look at the properties. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And then you can see all the properties that are available to me. But I really want to make sure it's the right system and they are colored. I believe that one is return air. So you can see when I type in the word system, it's going to highlight all those properties right up on my screen. And there we go, return air. So I can just confirm that's correct. Okay, so here we are back in our home view, and I want to show you a 3D overlay, which I was showing you earlier, which we did in a floor plan view. But what you can also do that to really any view that's set up on a sheet. So I'll go ahead and show you what that might look like. Let's say on a more of an enlarged elevation or a section. So here's a section, looks like it's cutting through the courtyard, and it has looks like an electrical substation room below it. So all you need to do is just click on the sheet. And again, it brings up those options. So I actually want to look at it and overlay that on top of 3D. And you can see immediately it pulls that drawing up and overlays it exactly where it's taken at in the section, which is really impressive. And I can adjust that section back and forth and then start to really understand, a lot more information that you might not see just in 3D alone, like the notes that you see here on the left. And then from there, I'll go ahead and create another issue, say on this waterproofing detail. And that could be a constructability issue, let's say for the electrical guy. So I'll go ahead and find that stamp. And place that right there, hit done. And then we'll go ahead and mark that up. Go ahead and create that, and there we go. I assigned it to my electrician, and I could change that from minor to major. But yeah, you can see the power here is very fast, and I'll just go ahead and go back to 3D and switch back to my home view. And there we go. So now I want to show you actually the issue tracker. We didn't spend a whole lot of time there, but you can see right now on this project I have 4,300 issues. But the real power of Revizto is in the issue tracker and being able to organize that information and make it relevant to the applicable trade or party that might be responsible. And I did show you some of those presets. You can see some of the examples here. We have design changes, MEP design coordination that are very common. We have building code issues, or we have field related issues, and you kind of get an idea of what that would look like. If I just click on it, you can get an idea of some of those field related issues. That one happened to be the one we just looked at, where it had some field observations or photos as an example. But let's say I want to go ahead and reset that and just create a custom one. So I'll go ahead and click on the funnel, go to custom filter, and let's say I want to filter regular issues. So I'll go ahead and say it's a constructability or design issue. It's not a clash. So I'll go ahead and filter that. And see, you can see here at the bottom, it just filtered 4,000 down to about 1,100. But I want to filter this some more. Let's go ahead and filter by priority. I want to see the most critical issues. So now I got 90 issues here. Go ahead and back out of there. And let's say I want to filter by a deadline. And I want to look at anything that's more than 1 day overdue. Okay, so there we go. We just filtered down 4,000 issues down to 18 that are the most critical that are 1 day overdue.